Hi guys! So what exactly is beer? Beer consists primarily of some sort of grain. Now the standard one that brewers use today is barley, although wheat is increasingly popular. The grains, of course, are a type of starch. When they're introduced to hot water, those starches are converted into simple sugars. So anyone that's ever had unflavored oatmeal knows that when you've added hot water to it and sort of left it out, eventually that liquid turns sweet. Now the more grains you add to that mixture, the sweeter the water is going to become. Now we all know that organic materials, if you leave them out, are going to go bad, especially if you don't add any preservatives. Now people realized this even thousands of years ago and started adding various herbs to try and promote longevity. Now for the past few centuries, what we've used as an herb for this very function is a growing vine plant known as hops. Now hops are extremely bitter, and what they do is they help not only preserve the beer, but to balance out all those flavors. Now at this point, we understand where beer gets a lot of its flavor. But where does the alcohol content come from? Now that's a result of a process called fermentation. Once your hops have been added and have had ample time to bitter the beer, we add another ingredient, yeast. So what the yeast does is it eats the sugars, and in doing so converts them into alcohol and carbon dioxide. It's worth noting that a considerable amount of flavor actually comes from yeast. People often wonder, how do you increase or decrease the amount of alcohol that's in your beer? It's actually pretty simple. It's all about how much grain is in there. The more grain you add, the more sugars you're producing, giving that to the yeast, and in doing so, again, allowing it to produce not only more carbon dioxide, but more alcohol. And by contrast, you use less grain, the yeast has less material to work off of. So to recap, beer is made by simply steeping grains in hot water, adding hops to the resulting liquid, and fermenting it with the addition of yeast. Now in the next video, we'll discuss the difference between an ale and a lager. I'll see you guys there.
Action.
Hi guys! So what exactly is beer? Beer consists primarily of some sort of grain. Now the standard one that brewers use today is barley,